The boys, welcome to today's video. So, after season one, honestly, I think we did very, very well. We guaranteed Champions League football, we finished second, won the FA Cup, won the Carabao Cup, and like I said, the main thing was going to be the Champions League because one, it's a competition I want to win, but two, it's also massively going to help us financially too, because obviously we have that, like over £600 million in debt. Thanks, Glazers. But rolling into season two, there was a few things that I knew I was going to have to fix with the team. Obviously, there's a few players that are sort of getting towards that age of like 32, we need to get out the door. And then there's a few people that were out of contract and I wanted to try and get some money for. But we were also able to loan out some of the young players. So one of the first people out the door was Luke Shaw. This was a whole fucking debacle, like it really was. So Brighton came in and offered like 38 million. I managed to wrangle it up to 45. He rejected them. Crystal Palace come in, same sort of deal. I wrangled it up, I think it was like 42 million. He rejected them, and I was like, come on, you've got to be shitting me. Borussia Dortmund come in, he rejected them. And then we finally got him out the door, of all places, the Barcelona. Luke Shaw at Barcelona is absolutely harsh. 34 million we got for him, and that was straight cash up front. I didn't even try to haggle it at this point. I just wanted him out the fucking door. So Luke Shaw, like I said, he's 31, but he's also massively injury prone as well. He's gonna be 32 very, very soon, and we're gonna have to get him out the door. And I think 34 million is absolutely insane. The next one out the door was young Rasmus Højlund, but this was obviously one that was already kind of confirmed, because if they get into Champions League football, then it activates part of his loan deal. So that was another 34 million. Honestly, Rasmus, I would have been happy to bring back to the club. 23 years old, he's big, physical, can play with both feet. I honestly, joking aside, I would have been happy to bring him back and have him and Cisco fight for the striker position. But the main one that went out the door was Bruno Fernandes. Look, there was a couple of reasons behind this. Look, you know my love for Bruno. I think Bruno should stay at United until literally his legs fall off. But there was a few issues with this, because obviously in September, Bruno's going to be 32 and we're going to have to get rid of him, which means then I'm going to have to try and sell him in January, and then it just becomes a whole pain in the ass. So the only team that came in for him was PSG. They offered us like 48 million up front, working its way up to like 65 million, which, to be honest, I wasn't happy with the money. I think a player like Bruno, he should be getting like 80 plus million, but it was the only club that was willing to give us any sort of reasonable cash. And like I said, it's a player I'm gonna have to get rid of in September because he hits 32. So yeah, he's out the door. This one actually hurts my soul. I wish Bruno was a little younger. I wanted to keep Bruno for as long as possible. On the plus side, some of the young players we were able to get out on loan. Young JJ Gabriel, as soon as I put him up on the loan list, like about 6 teams came in for him. So he's away on a season loan to Leyton Orient, which is absolutely fantastic. A wee bit of a lower league, but obviously he's only 17 years old. And I do have the option to call him back, so if he doesn't start getting football, but we'll obviously reevaluate this at Christmas, the same as all the other players. We'll get him in, look at him in January. If he's not getting football, we bring him back. The other one I was able to get out the door, the same as JJ Gabriel. As soon as I put him up on the loan list, a ton of teams come in. We got Kay Rooney over to Salford. I think they're like Division 1, so this is a really, really good loan for him. 17 years old, look, very, very good player. Once again, one of the players I wanted to get out on loan. Him and JJ Gabriel are the two players that were like my priority to try and get out on loan, because they're the two young players in the under-18s have like the highest potential. Then I was also able to get Cheeto out on loan. I'll explain this, don't worry, there's a reason for it. One, I wanted to get him obviously a lot of football. He got like 26 games last year, including like coming off the bench and stuff, which is pretty decent football, but I want him to start more games. Ideally, I would like to get him loaned down for a couple of seasons and just get him developed, because I think he has the potential to be fantastic, but he needs football. So we got him out on loan to FC20. The next one we were able to get out on loan was Bendito Montado. Like I said, another one of the players that's got really, really good potential, but he went to USL Dunker Crew. I'm not gonna lie to you boys, I don't know who the fuck it is. Once again, all 4 of these players have the ability for me to pull them back whenever January hits if they're not getting football. So one of the main reasons why I've loaned Cheeto out is because I've kept Marcus Rashford back at the club after his loan at Barcelona. Obviously they didn't want him. He's upset, he's spaghetti, because God, who was it come in for him? Who was it? Was it Borussia Dortmund? I think it was Borussia Dortmund. It was somebody. Yeah, it was Borussia Dortmund. They came in and offered me 8 million. 8 million. The dude's worth 24 to 20. Look, if they come in and offered me 18 million, I'd have probably thought about it. But they come in, offered me 8 million. I laughed at it. Now he's upset, he's spaghetti, because he apparently wants to leave. But my thing is, look, we're doing a youth and academy thing only. And like one of the players that's been at the club for the longest time is Marcus Rashford. Look, in real life, I think it's a perfect time for United and Marcus Rashford to just kind of go their separate ways. But in this, look, he's English. He's still only 28. He's actually very, very good. And like I said, he came through the academy and he's the epitome of like what you want the club. I'm basically trying to say that I want to revitalize Marcus Rashford's career at Man United and just make him, I want to try and turn him into a fucking goal machine. I still can't get anybody to buy Manuel Ugarte, and like we're right up to like the Community Shield. We're going to be playing Liverpool in the Community Shield after this as well. Nobody's interested. I've put him out, asked the people around, and like I said, he's just one of those players that like, there's not too many clubs that just want the destroyer. They want a destroyer who's still decent on the ball, and just Ugarte's not that, and he's still only 25. And then with regards to our summer, like we had a pretty good, obviously look, we there's going to be no transfers in because we can't buy anybody, so like it's going to be a little shorter. But Stern Graz beat them 1-0, Southampton beat them 2-1, Salzburg beat them 3-2, Foggia beat them 5-0, Cumbria beat them 3-0, Real Valladolid beat them 7-0, so like a good bit of form. The only thing is, with Bruno gone, I'm kind of on the fence. Here would be my plan, right? So team doesn't look too similar. Cisco's probably going to drop in the deep lane forward. My thinking is here, I'm not too sure where I want to play Marcus. Do I want to put Marcus out on the wing? Because it is a position, if you go in and look, it is a position he can play, and he's natural at that attacking midfield, left, inside, forward type thing. Do I put him out here? He can play with both feet. He's quick. He can dribble. Can he cross? I think Marcus can cross. Yeah, like 13's pretty decent. And he's got a good finishing. So I think he would be good as a winger. Because my thinking is, right, the deep lane forward is fantastic. Cunha was amazing. Cunha's also not fit at the minute. He was injured there, so that's why he's not on the pitch. Cisco as the deep lane forward, I don't know what this is going to be like, because he's got 13 passing and 12 vision. But he's really, really good at holding up the ball. So this is going to be something we have to test. Obviously, with Bruno going, Mainoo's going to step into the AP. He's going to be... Obviously, this was the long-term plan. Like, this was what I wanted to do anyway. Kobe's ready. Like, Kobe's ready to step in there and just be the main man. Martinez is going to drop into playing playmaker. Look, if you go into Martinez, look, marking 16, passing a 15, vision of 14, positioning, teamwork, work rate, tackle and tactique, mentals are good, physicals. Yeah, he's not the fastest or probably the greatest in the air, but like Kobe's not quick and Kobe's not great in the air, so it should be a pretty good thing in there. And he's reasonably decent with both feet, and his passing range is actually very, very good. My other thinking was, right, of playing Xerxes as the AP. This was something I'm probably going to have to test over the season. So if you go in and look at Xerxes, 6'4", can play with both feet. He's physical. Physicals are very, very good. His mentals are good. He's got good flair, 16 vision, 16 passing, 18 technique. First touch is good. Dribbling's good. He's everything that you would need from an advanced playmaker. So I'm probably going to test this out more in cup games and kind of just see how we get on. I want to put Xerxes into the team because I like him as a player. I think he's that unique. He's big. He's really, really silky. You usually don't see guys that are 6'4" that are so silky with the ball at their feet. They're very few and far between, like the Zlatan Ibrahimovic's and stuff. Like obviously your Ronaldinho's, they're like 5'10". They're little, usually smaller guys are a lot more quick on their feet. But his footwork is insane for a dude that's like 6'4". So my thinking was to just do this, have Kobe still stay in the deep lane playmaker role, which I actually really, really like, because his composure is so good on the ball. Like I said in the previous episode, you very rarely ever see Kobe lose the ball. He's just so calm. He's good with both feet. Obviously, and then you would have Xerxes ahead of him doing all that. But the only thing is with Xerxes, I have to train him in this position. As you can see, he's currently, what is that, like awkward? Yeah, so this is going to be something we're going to test out over the season. But for the meantime, at the start of the season, we're going to just be playing Martinez and Mainoo. And then, like I said, in the cup games, and then obviously games that we're winning heavily, I'm going to bring Xerxes on. I honestly do feel like Mainoo and Xerxes would be very, very, because like you've got to admit, Xerxes in the AP would be perfect because he's going to be pushing up into here. He's going to be in behind the strikers. He's going to be pulling the strings. He's big. He's physical. He's good on the ball. Good footwork. Good passing. Good vision. Obviously, look, he's never going to be as good as Bruno. Bruno's one of those like enigmas. Like he's got fucking 20 natural fitness, 20 stamina. Like his vision and everything's absolutely unreal. Look, trying to replace him with somebody, because my main thing was obviously I want to replace him with a youth player. But I can't do that because nobody's ready yet, apart from Kobe. Jim Thwaites needs more time. I did try to loan Jim Thwaites out and try and get a wee bit of football. Seko Kone, not ready yet. Amir gets wee sort of dashes into the first team, but once again, his physicality. Like you can see it on the pitch whenever we're playing. Obviously, I see all the games more than you do, but like it's just he's not ready to step up into the first team just yet. He is going to be in. I'm hoping Jim Thwaites is good because I will happily drop Kobe back down into the DLP and put Jim Thwaites as the AP, because his passing's like 14 and like 13 or 14 vision at like 17 years old. So when he hits like 19, I think we've got a real player in our hands. But once again, we need to give him football. So kind of on the fence. I keep Marcus up here and interchange Ahmad. So I interchange Ahmad and Rashford as our winger, and then have Mbeumo and Amir on this side. Actually, it will probably more likely be Mbeumo and Ahmad would be fighting for the inverted winger, and then it will be Rashford and Amir as the winger. Because I've been training Amir here, I don't want to train him in another position, because then it takes away potential points from his overall attributes. So if anybody doesn't know that, I did not know this for a long time. Say your player has 180 potential, right? And they're sitting at 160 right now, which means you've 20 points left of potential. And if you train them in a position, that actually takes points away from their potential, and you can actually make your player worse. I actually didn't know this for a long time till I watched, I think it was, I don't know if it was like Zealand or something was talking about it, but I actually didn't know that for a long time. So I don't want to train him in too many other positions, because if you go in, you can already see, look, he's awkward up here. I think I played him as striker like twice because we needed somebody, but like he could play all along this 3 and here, and then I've trained him in midfield left. So like I don't want to have to train him in midfield right, even though it'd be fantastic because then it means he can play on both sides. But like I don't want to take away too many of his ability points. I want him to keep getting better and better, but I'm on that, like, it would be nice to have the versatility of him to be able to play everywhere along midfield and attack, because I do want to keep Sesko as the channel forward, and Cunha in here as the deep line forward was absolutely disgusting. But the great thing is right now, it means we've got a ton of rotation. Obviously, Marcus is going to push up here for today because Cunha isn't fit. But I think that's probably the long-term plan. Play Marcus and Amir as the winger and put Sesko back in here with Cunha. I don't know. I really want to revitalize Marcus's career and just get him to turn into an absolute goal machine. But I don't want to push Cunha out of the deep lane forward, but I also don't want to drop Sesko. So Marcus may go to the winger. Also, he's probably not going to play just as much until he's not upset. As you can see, the rest of the fucking team is just pissed off. They all agree with Marcus. I didn't want to let him go for 8 million, bro. 8 million. Like, make me a good deal, and then we can talk. But look, that's enough rambling at the start of season 1. Like I said, we do have Liverpool in the cup today. It's going to be in the community. This is one, obviously, I do want to win. I actually didn't know it was called the McDonald's Cup until I looked at the fixture. How long has it been? Like, that's probably been like that for years, and I just haven't noticed it. But yeah, this is another opportunity. 1, to get some revenge on Liverpool, and 2, win ourselves another piece of silverware, and also start the season off strong. Obviously, look, I know we're going to have a wee bit of a stutter because, look, we've got rid of Bruno, we've changed a decent amount of the team. Obviously, bringing Marcus back in, then a few of the players are upset because I wouldn't let him go. And you know yourself, like when you have like 5, 6 of your first team upset, I need them to not be upset, and then we can start rock and rolling. So the start of the season may be a little bit rough, but like I would like to go in and just absolutely smash Liverpool and just get another piece of silverware. But also, no, it's always nice to beat Liverpool. Oh yes, one thing I forgot to show you before we go into the Liverpool game is I also brought Diego Leon up. Obviously, with us getting rid of Shaw, we're gonna need another left back. So I brought the young man up. Look, physicals are absolutely insane, and you know the Premiership, like, it's a very physical league. He's getting 19 determination. Dribbling and first touch are actually pretty solid. I'm working on his mentals, like his composure and his decision making. His concentration will come up with time, so I'm going to work on his composure and his decision making a little bit, because I feel like there are things that really need to come up. He's already got good work rate, good tackling, passing, and vision probably need a little bit of work. But look, you can't have like the perfect player all the time. We've got a few things we need to work on, but he's still a young man, and those physicals are pretty good. But like I said, I'm not going to change too much of the team. I'm going to bring Cunha on. I know he's not fully fit, but I'm going to play him for like a half and kind of see how we get on. I'm going to push Marcus out here, and I feel like I'm going to play Marcus as the winger. He's probably going to interchange between the winger and the channel forward, just depend on, like, obviously squad rotation, who's fit, who's not, suspended, injuries and stuff. The good thing is he can play in a lot of positions, which is really helpful to the squad. But boys, that's enough messing about. Let's go play Liverpool. See, my only problem is with this is, right, hold on, let me go into text. I know I'm going to start waffling again here, right? Xerxes, I feel like is going to be good, but it was like, did I play Cunha in this role? Because, like, Cunha's like the perfect, I think Cunha's probably the perfect replacement in the team for Bruno. Look, obviously still not just as good, but he's kind of as close as we're going to get. The only issue is with Marcus is he's got that 10 work rate. And the thing that I love about Ahmad and Bruno is their work rate is fantastic. It's what really makes like the two side players like fit the team pretty well. So I don't know if Marcus's lack of effort is going to hinder the team. So I don't know if he's going to be better playing as the channel forward and the guy that gets the goals. This is just something obviously we're going to have to rotate through the team just as we go along. Obviously, if anybody wants this tactic and stuff, I am still tinkering with it. So every time I change the tactic, it'll be like a different version. This will be version 2. Then if I change anything, it'll still be version 3 and stuff. So I'll always have the tactics in the pinned comments down below. But just one thing is just, I'm hoping Marcus's effort and lack of work rate doesn't hurt him playing on the wing and doesn't hurt the team. Because even though Xerxes would be fantastic at playing that midfield role, I feel like just rotating Cunha, having Cunha and Manu as our two centre midfielders, I think would be absolutely fantastic. And I feel like it's a better thing. And then Xerxes, hold on, Bremo. I think Xerxes would just be really good as that deep lane forward, like a backup. Or just, we could even probably fucking start him there sometimes as well. Play him in like the cup games and then give Sesko a wee bit of, and like this is the thing, like you look at Sesko, that's a fucking fantastic pass. This is what I want him to do. Drop deep, pick up the ball. He's physical, he's quick, he's good in the air. He can hold the ball because he's strong. I think he would be good as the deep lane forward. We just need to get his passing and his vision up like a little bit. And I really, like, I know, I really, really want to make Marcus's career good again. Look, I have no hard feelings against Marcus at all. Like, just, he's been at Man United for so long. He just needs a new challenge. And the club just, I wish we could have got a wee bit more. If we would have sold him when he had that absolute banger season, Sesko, go on ahead, son. If we would have sold Marcus when he had that 20 goal season, we could have sold him for like 60, 70, 80 million at the time. Now we're lucky if we'll get 20. Here's a real question. Any Man United supporters, would you bring Marcus back in real life? Would you bring him back into the current team? Because if we're in Champions League football, we could do with the squad rotation. I think the wages is going to be a huge part. I think Marcus would need to drop his wages down. That's, what is he on, like 275,000, 300,000 pound a week? Like, that's going to need to come down. If he's a squad rotation player, yeah, that shit's going to need to come down a little bit. Wish our players would just put a tackle in, bro. That's one of the only things probably about having Xerxes and Marcus in that AP and the winger role is just they're not really good at tackling. Where Cunha and Manu in that centre, like, you're gonna get fight out of them. The same with, I hate the way the players run and hold their fucking hands up instead of just tackling for the ball. That's the thing, like I said, I love about Ahmad and Cunha is like they're really good technical players, but on top of that, I don't know why anybody else's replays absolutely chalked. It's showing you like 3 minutes before the goal. Yeah, like they've got that bit of bite about them. Their work rate is good. So like, this is obviously stuff I ramble quite a lot in my videos, but like you guys see, look, you just keep watching the videos and you just keep liking them, so you must like this shit. I always just like to let you know what I'm thinking, like why I'm gonna put a player here and a player there. And Marcus is a player I do want to bring back into the team and try and revitalize his career. Isaac is not that strong, Euro. Can you just push him off the fucking ball? Fuck! I just punched. Oh, it's okay. I got my mouse mad. I thought I had actually put a dent in my disc. The men's actually had that. We were just getting absolutely ripped apart. Liverpool has become our bogey team. I really, really do think Liverpool has become our bogey team. Just, it used to be always Arsenal, but now it just seems to be Liverpool. I don't know, they just seem to play. Granted, I also have to understand Liverpool's forward line is fucking ridiculous. Ekitike, Isak, Salah, Wirtz, you know what I mean? Like, their team is actually ridiculous. Like, it's way better than our team. But like, they're becoming the bogey team. And it's like, of all teams, I don't want Liverpool to be our bogey team. And one of the big, like, frustrating things as well is like, just like Marcus Rashford pissing off everybody else in the team because I won't let him go to Dortmund for 8 million. Like, that's going to funnel down for probably the next, like, 6-7 games, and like it's gonna take me so long to run because like it doesn't make sense. You should be able to go, Marcus, look, I want you to stay, I want you to be part of this team, but no, you just get, why won't you let me go? You get options like, because the money wasn't right, and then he's like, how much is the right money? I want to keep him in the fucking team, and then the rest of the team is now also upset from a player who doesn't want to be here. We're just getting absolutely tore apart. We're getting pulled apart. This is not how I wanted to start season 2 with us getting smashed by Liverpool. Because it does have a massive, like, sort of, like, effect on your team. Like, see if you have, like, 5-6 players in your first team that are upsetty spaghetti about something, they're gonna play fucking terrible. Like, they are, and this is going to happen. Like, Delo's on a 6.2, possibly one of our best players last year, but because he's got little tears in his eyes. And the best part is, we've been the best team. We're at a 1.5 XG. They're in a fucking 0.8, but yet they're winning 3-1. I'm not, look, I may need a cup of tea after this, because I may have to go out and, like, punch a small child. And this is one thing I want to start scoring more from, is corners. Come on, Cisco, please get a goal for me, bro. He keeps winning the header. I'll give him that much. I'll keep winning the header. I actually seen a Zealand video the other day. This actually, this just came in my head. And one of the saves, know the way he does save your saves. And it was a girl, so she had 2 centre backs. Like, obviously she was in like 20, 35. She had 2 centre backs that had 20 jump and reach and 17 heading. I don't think, leave in the comments down below, have you ever had a player that's had 20 jump and reach? I've never had one come through like my team, or like bought one. Apparently Gakpo is now Gabriel Batistuta. Did you see that for a header? Yeah, I've never had any player with 20 jump and reach. One hit Efu, pass this across. Cisco. Yeah, I brought the low off. He was on a 6. A fucking 6. I feel like I'm gonna hit him with a water bottle after we get off the match. When he's getting off the bus, I'm just gonna fucking lob it at him. But yeah, I brought young Halefu on. Obviously, the wee right back and get a bit of time. Bring him on, and he instantly plays great. Look, Delo, amazing for us. Look, he waited so long. I wasn't too sure if Cisco was actually gonna get that in from there. Yeah, so, look, Delo was amazing for us last year. And like I said, when your team has a few upsetty spaghetti players, like, this is going to trickle down for a little bit. And I do expect it. And Liverpool's always going to be a hard game. But look at this. They're on a fucking 1.38. We're on a 2.50. 16 shots, 7 on target. They even 4 shots on target and 3 goals. I feel like we're getting FM'd right now. I don't know why FM decides it wants to do FM things, but I wish it would stop. And now it's went like 10-15 minutes with like 0 replays. Like, we've literally just burnt like 15 minutes and not a single replay. Salah played a 5.9 for them. A 5.9. How are they winning this game? We had 20 shots by the end of the match, by the way. I think we had like 20 shots. Fuck you, Arne Slot. I'm not even watching this. Nope, I'm looking away. You can't make me look at this. Yeah, like, look at our team. 20 shots, 9 on target, a 2.7 XG. Salah played a 5.9, a 5.9. We had a 7.6, 7.1, 7.9, and Bueno actually played well. Marcus and Cisco actually played pretty decent. Delo, sorry, I lied to you. He was on a 6.2, guys. I lied to you. But yeah, I think going forward, like I said, this is always things like I said, I always like to let you know what I'm thinking, and like, there's a lot that runs through my brain whenever I'm thinking about things. I feel like we just play Cunha in here. I think Menu and Cunha, Martinez and Xerxes, I'm gonna train Xerxes to play in this AM, because then he can be a backup. Because like I said, Thwaites, I'm gonna try and loan him out before this transfer window goes. I really want to get him loaned out, but Cunha's perfect for in here, like to replace Bruno. I just called Bruno, by the way. But look, passing's good, vision surprisingly not that great, but like work rate's good, which is one of the main things I want. Dribbling's fantastic, crossing's good, first touch is good, long shots is good, mental stats are very, very good. Weird that Cunha has like decision making of 11. It's way better than that, it really is. But his physicals are fantastic. He's 6 foot, he can play with both feet, and he's got that little South American fire about him. So I feel like I play Menu and Cunha in the middle here and give Sesko and Rashford a chance up top. Like I said, the main thinking for this, once again, like I said, is just Rashford's work rate. I feel like he would be really, really good as a channel forward, and just get him to focus on just trying to score goals. Ahmad and Mbeumo will have that work rate, the same with Amir and stuff. Like, I want to keep this midfield as like a hard working midfield. And then obviously Big Sesko, like you've seen, he knows how to pick out a pass. He's big, he's physical, he can hold up the ball, and just like, I'm so upset that we lost to Liverpool, I really am. But look, we could beat 3-2, we played better, but sometimes unfortunately in Football Manager, playing better doesn't mean you're going to win. So on top of this, I have also obviously had to change the captain because Bruno's gone as well. Matthias de Ligt is going to be the captain of the team. And then it was going to be Martinez as the backup, but Martinez isn't starting every game, and your vice captain has to be somebody that's kind of on the pitch and stuff as well. And I'm going to make Sané Lemens captain. Look, 13 leadership, and that's going to keep going up the time. I have sent him on an extensive what is it, leadership course. I want to try and get us up to like 14 or 15, and I think these two, because obviously they're two players that's going to be on the pitch all the time, so like I want them to be the captain, vice captain. If I wish it was Martinez too, but like I feel like I want to keep Kobe in that DLP. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, Mark, look, Martinez is fantastic. You also got to remember the amount of squad rotation that's going to be happening this season, because we're in the Premiership, We're in the FA Cup, we're in the Carabao Cup, we're now in the Champions League as well. There's gonna be a lot of squad rotation. Like, don't worry, people are gonna get a lot of football. And I also want to show you every time the finances at like the start of the season as well. Like I said, we started at like 648 million. We're under 500 million already, which is absolutely insane. What's that, like 149 million we've knocked off already, which is absolutely insane. So we also got an offer for Ugarte. It's only for 10.5 million from Frankfurt. Honestly, I feel like this is just time to just let him go. Like, I would like a wee bit more money, but like, he's not playing, nobody wants him, and he's just going to run his contract out. So I'm just going to accept this. We may as well get the 10.5 million for him and just get him out the door. I was over here sitting talking away for the first like 8 minutes of this match, and I hadn't even hit record yet. All I was saying was, I think once we get past everybody being upset as spaghetti about the whole Marcus Rashford thing, and I honestly believe we can start kicking on this and start pushing up a wee bit closer. Like, we did so well last year in the Premiership. We really, really did. And then obviously winning 2 cups. The Champions League is going to be a big test for us this year. But like I was saying, it's just the Bruno thing was such a loss. But that's the whole thing with challenges, isn't it? Like, just you're going to have to just suck it up. And then we have to play a 4-4-2. And I'm just going to keep tweaking the formation. Obviously, like I said, every version I'll just keep uploading. But like, losing Bruno was a hard one because like, just he was such an instrumental part of our team. And then obviously, as I tweak the tactic, there's going to be sometimes like certain formations not going to work against a certain team. And then what you do mid-match, you see it's not working, you switch formation. We can't do that. That's going to add... Honestly, I'm really, really excited for this. See, one, I get to rebuild Man United with a bunch of youth players, but then we also have restrictions, so I can't just go and buy the best players. I have to bring them in from the team, and I absolutely love this. I really do. Like, this has been... My dog's very upset about something. This is something, I'm not going to lie. I sat up last night till probably about, I don't know, 5 o'clock in the morning, just sitting thinking about stuff I could switch with the tactic. They end up not even really switching that much, but just like sitting. That's how you know you're excited to play. Oh, did we just get a penalty? That's how you know you're excited to play, when you're just staying up and think. And like, when I'm not playing the save, I want to hop on and play. It is a pen. Holy shit. Who hits our penalties now? Cunha or Mbuemo? Maybe? Mbuemo? Yeah, Mbuemo's pretty solid at penalties. As far as I know, before Man United signed him, Mbuemo hit all the penalties for Brentford. Maybe we should have Bruno back. Dude, I need to stop talking about how good players are before we do things. I always do this, and I always scud myself, and then shit just goes sideways. What a mess. I don't think it's a penalty. I think it was just outside the box. I would love another penalty, you know, another chance to definitely score. Yeah, I didn't think it was a penalty. It looked like it was outside the box. Double no penalty decision. But we're very, very good from like free kicks. We're not even getting the free kick on the edge of the box. I would love if we can get Marcus the point as well, where we're getting like over 20 goals a season, just turn him into an absolute goal machine. Dude, that's my goal for this. Like, I want to bring Marcus back and just make him an absolute monster. Go on. And a wee assist from Sesko. This is what you want, your front two playing together. Sesko's just such a threat there. 6'5", dude. And he's got like 17 or 18 jumping reach now, which just makes him an absolute unit. Got a wee bit of luck, but look, these things happen. He kicked it out. Sesko won the header. There's nobody, you're never going to beat him. If that was me, I'd be kind of wondering what my keeper's doing. But like I said as well, I'm definitely going to get Xerxes trained up in that AP, because I would like to have him and Cunha as like those two players in there. I did try to loan out Jim Thwaites just before we got the offer. Sesko smashes across. Somebody smash it across. Anybody smash it across. Hit it across. I don't know what just happened. Did Kobe just hit the bar? Yeah, I did try to get Jim Thwaites loaned out, just like nobody's interested. It's so, like, this is one of the things. If Man United wanted to loan one of them players out, it'd be so fucking easy to get them loaned out, because everybody would be after them. But just like, I find it honestly difficult sometimes to loan out some of my players. We have put so many crosses into the box, and the amount of headers we've had 18 shots, 10 on target, of 3.13 XG. We're playing really well. We just need to stick it in a wee bit more. Man, it actually makes my heart warm a little bit seeing Marcus scoring goals for Man United. It really does. Like, it honestly, like I said, I have no ill will towards, like, it's different when it comes to like the likes of Garnacho and Sancho and players like that, because all they did was just talk shit about the club. But Marcus just went about, did his own thing, said he wanted to leave. And like I said, you have to remember, Marcus has been there for what, like 12 years or something? Like, he wants a new challenge. And I feel like it's just his performances showed that. Obviously, he wants that Barcelona move, but I'm not too sure it's actually going to happen at this point because Barcelona just don't want to pay the money at all for him. Because, you know, they've just paid too much already. Hat trick. But yeah, I would like to see Marcus. Honestly, Marcus came back in real life. I honestly wouldn't be mad about it as long as he's willing to put the effort in and work. Because that was the thing that, like, you have to remember. Fuck off. That Kobe, bro. Of all the players to get injured, I don't want it to be Kobe. I'm hoping this is not a long-term injury as well. Right, what are we like? 8.5. I say we get Xerxes and give Cunha. Cunha's just coming back from injury, so I want to give him a wee bit of a break. Yeah, but I think we also have to remember the reason why we were a little frustrated with Marcus is just like his effort on the pitch was just ass. But I would love to see if we had Rashford and Cunha fighting for that left midfield position. Play Dorgu. Honestly, I would play Dorgu at left back. I know he's a wee bit more attacking, but the kid's young. He's athletic. He's quick. He seems like he's a pretty fast learner. I think he could be a very, very good attacking wing back for us. Because that's what happens, right? We could bring Delo in. Delo's better defensively. So we could have Delo, say, Delit and fucking Martinez if we had our back line that we wanted. And then Dorgu's the more attacking, so then Delo slips in inside. And then Dorgu bombs up the park. Marcus or Cunha likes to step inside, so that means Dorgu could just overlap. I wouldn't be mad as long as Marcus is willing to put the effort in. I wouldn't be mad about him coming back. But like I said, the wages is gonna have to come down. That's a good win for us, boys. Honestly, both games today we've played fantastic. We finished on a 3.88 XG, 26 shots, 14 on target. We outplayed Liverpool. Just unfortunately, just they got the goals and we didn't. I'm very happy with that, but I think both games we've performed very well. Which means also on top of that, we are currently sitting top of the league. Look, don't get excited. It's only one game in the season. Get excited, boys. We're top of the league. Look, it's been a while since we seen it. Just let us have it. But joking aside, thank you so much for all the support on all the videos. I know I do a lot of rambling in the videos, but it's how I play Football Manager, and I'd like to let you know what I'm thinking, why I'm going to train Xerxes in that position. I honestly believe Xerxes and Cunha as those two players in there is fantastic. Xerxes can also play the deep line playmaker, so if anybody gets injured or suspended or fatigued, he can go up there as well. It's more about versatility and having a lot of players that can play in a lot of positions in the team. Obviously, Kobe and Martinez are going to be probably more likely the deep line playmaker. Centre back, we're looking pretty good. We have Martinez who can play there as well. Delit, Heaven, we've Euro, I also have Ngwashi and Kakonki up on the team. Kakonki will probably drop back down, or I'll try and loan him out. It's just because Aiden Heaven was injured to start of the season. I haven't been able to get him back into the team yet. But honestly, I think the team's looking really, really good. I may train Amir over in the right-hand side on the midfield. It just, like I said, once again, going back to the versatility thing, I feel like having a lot of players that can play a lot of positions is going to help us out a lot this season. But boys, like I said, thank you so much for all the support. And like I said, it's even crazy, just a wee side tangent. Like, there's been like 18 people that's downloaded the 442 already. Like I said, I'm going to keep updating it, and I'll keep putting the new version in the video comments down below of every episode. Every time I update something, it will also get updated on the OneDrive file drive, whatever the fuck it's called. But I'm going to stop rambling, and that is going to do it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. Only if you fucking want to. And YouTube. Have yourselves a fantastic day.